We are coming to you live from Mthatha. We are talking about protection fee or extortion. This has been going on for quite a long time. The residents of Mthatha West have been raising these, saying that they are demanded to pay 100 rand each household, but we are having now in studio an activist, Sis Machaya, who has been vocal about this extortion thing that has been taking place in Mthatha. Sis Phumla, how serious is this extortion thing?
Good morning. This is not a joke. This is very serious. This is violation of women's rights and children, and it leaves us as the community without good sense of belongingness, because this did not start yesterday. This has been going on for more than 3-4 years back, and the cry was as loud as it is now, but unfortunately no one ever heard the scream of those women and children. And it amazes me all of a sudden to see that people are coming up in arms as if it is something that only began yesterday. And we've spoken about this young man and his actions, and we cannot continue as if we're hailing up as a hero in the community. If crime intelligence and all other institutions were up to date with their mandate, you would ask yourself a question: why are we here? How did we get here? Why is everybody who is in the forefront of safety and security coming up in arms now? We raised this as women, hearing other women's scream, but we had nowhere to go. As you hear the victims articulating that they even went to an extent of informing the Premier. The Premier was quite aware of this. It's no music to his ears. And is it Mr. for Safety and Security?
Mr. Nqatha.
Definitely, he was informed by the King of Abathembu sometime in Easter. He gave him a call asking him that I foresee a big problem coming, because initially it was disrespecting the king. It did not happen through the chief in villages. It happened through a maid chief in the so-called low-density suburb in Mandela, a chief that was put there by the king. Now, when they started to show disrespect according to the king, it's like someone giving over the bait to another without the involvement of the king, without the involvement of government. So that is as good as if it's not existing. But surprising enough, there are certain members of the African National Congress who are causing more confusion on the ground, that they have circulating videos where they are using government resources, I would say, people's tax, to go and embrace this so-called hero that has just fallen. And it's confusing on people that are the victims of on the ground. The very same leadership that they look upon is in contrast in terms of practicality on the ground. So this is very serious, and a lot of infiltration. Perhaps they were held at gunpoint. You don't know whether they were scared, because this boy is showing us a lack of security in the country. It's a shame and a disgrace.
Which boy are you talking about now?
The late boy that has made us to be speaking up like this today.
Okay. Sis Phumla, when we were speaking off record earlier, you mentioned that there are foreign nationals who are also involved in extortion. Can you elaborate
definitely.
more on that?
When the head has no control, you can imagine what boils down to the tail. I will tell you, we exposed the case of ECDC, where people were taking ECDC apartments unlawfully. Now, if you go to the first-class suburb in Fort Gale, some of the flats have been extorted. Now the foreign nationals, some of them are extorting from the extorted apartments. Where have you ever seen a situation where a foreign national that is not even documented would be so proud and bold to open a spaza in a residential area? And where do we go to report? Because there's laws that should be followed for such to take place. It's lawlessness. The systems are empty. The back of the government is bare.
Mm-hmm. When Sis Pumla, we spoke to a business person here, Mr. Phumelele Madikiza, the chairperson of NAFCOC in the OR Tambo region. He was saying that to deal with this extortion protection fee phenomenon, we need to come together and stand up together to fight it. He said we need business people, security companies, taxi industry to fight this because it affects everyone. Are you of the view?
Well, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of infiltration already, and we can only articulate the story to an extent. This is no story for small boys, you know, to an extent because this young boy, Umareke, was visible on the ground. For us to think that we will go out and open the tin of worms when the information is circulating, is out there, I will not take that risk. Okay. The systems that are protecting the citizens should know what to do from now onwards, because the back of our security systems are bare. Mind you, there are proper policemen that feel and felt that this should not continue because they were not aware. Then if the police want to continue to undermine themselves, then they will give the rule of law to the criminals, to give them a slap on their faces to show that they are dysfunctional.